there was a lot of hype, Steve, after week 1 about Bills wide receiver Keon Coleman. But you saw something back then, and let's revisit before we talk about him now.
I like what I'm seeing, but I'm not throwing a parade down Main Street because of one game. Now I'm excited to see, man, let's see, can he do it again?
Steve, week 1, 11 targets, 8 catches, 112 yards. Since 155 total yards, he is 72nd in receiving. That's not very good for your number one, your X wide receiver on the outside. Yes, they have a lot of other mouths to feed in this offense, Steve, but this is a very, very big issue on a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. The reigning MVP at quarterback has really essentially, they don't have a down the field passing game right now, and it is a concern. What have you seen from Keon Coleman since week 1? Because we said, hey, you said it. I want to see consistency. I want to see him do it week in and week out. We saw it for a burst there. We have not seen it since.
Well, the short version, nothing. I haven't seen anything from him because he hasn't had the opportunities, because the opportunities don't make themselves available. He just doesn't get open fast enough. Now, Josh Allen looks his way. There's a few times when it's press coverage, Josh looks over there, but Josh gets off of him very fast. And some people say, oh, but like they do, jump in the comments and they say, well, he was open on this play, but Josh got off of him. Yes.
So what's happening then, Steve, if he got off him?
That means he's taking too long. That means the quarterback doesn't have confidence in your ability to get there. Let me
win
give
quickly.
You some numbers. Let's go ahead and go down some numbers. Look at his route tree right now on this graphic. He doesn't show you. He shows you right now. He has not run one comeback. Look at these numbers, man. Look, this is crazy. 35% is a go route. Out of the receiving snaps, yak per reception, 1.6.
Steve, you get 1.6 by falling forward.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Contested targets, 12. Contested catches off those targets. And you remember, I get accused.
This is what you hang your hat on here.
I get accused of people who are taller than 6 feet. Oh, Steve, you're jealous. My man, out of 12 contested targets, he got 4. That is less than 30 cents, okay? Less than 30 cents. The 5 stick of gum is 35 cents right now. You can't even buy a stick of the 5 sticks of gum. When you got halitosis, those 5 sticks of gum can help and improve and higher your percentage of not walking out the club lonely, okay? And he ain't got a chance. 26.7%. He doesn't have the ability to be a true number one, and he's not.
Well, they're looking. They're looking to see if they can add somebody.
Well,
they did it last year.
If you're looking, that would indicate what?
You know already.
No, I know. I just want to hear you say it.
They know. See, here's the deal. They knew it last year, but they were saying it's his rookie year. We're making him the X. Let's bring in somebody like Amari Cooper. They gave up a 3rd-round pick, and I talked to people with the Browns who were like, I can't believe we got a 3rd-round pick for Amari Cooper. That's how desperate the Bills were to get somebody on the boundary to come out and help this offense that was so good between the numbers, whether it was either tight end, whether it was Khalil Shakir, whether it was James Cook, and they still are good there. Here's an interesting nugget. You know what Josh Allen said recently? He said, this is what's good with our offense. We run the ball really well. Well, we just saw James Cook go for 1,000,000 yards against the Panthers. Sorry, Steve. And so, yes, they do that. He goes, our play-action game is decent, and we are good inside the numbers.
Yep.
Those are the 3 things that he said. And I combine that with the fact that we saw Josh Allen during training camp, and all the reports out of everybody who was covering training camp was, look at him, look at Keon Coleman. He looks his way all the time, Steve. He's throwing there all the time.
Keon Coleman's balling.
Balling, yeah. Oh, there might be some drops here or there. There might be some concentration things. But, man, he can get these contested catches. He's going up and over corners. I think Josh Allen knew. He knew that this part was not working in their offense. It didn't work a year ago, and he won MVP. If they want to go out and expand this offense, it needs to work. I think he was forcing the ball there. He wanted to develop something. He wanted to see if he could trust him. He went there so much in camp to try to almost will this into existence. It just still hasn't happened. And it is bad. If you look at the numbers, and the ones you did on Keon are outstanding, if you look at where it's at right now, like there is literally not even an intermediate passing game right now on the outside. It's like 4 yards a route right now on the outside for this team with a guy that is as talented as anybody is in this league at quarterback, and you don't have anything out there whatsoever. What do they do?
Here's what has transpired, and I will continue to believe this because I've experienced it.
Okay.
You never go to the grocery store fresh off a workout because you now start to shop with your stomach and not with the data and the information that allows you to have a competent decision-making, not based on the current circumstances of how you feel. That's why the Buffalo Bills gave such a high draft pick, right? Third round in today's football means a lot.
That's a starter.
That is a starter. That is he may be the slot, but he's a starter. You have prepared your roster of I don't care, and I know this for a fact. Teams, when you have 90 men on a roster in June, they already have a skeleton version, and depending on who the player is, if it's your quarterback that's making $53 million, they writing that in pen. But for a guy in the third round, that's in pen.
Yeah. Half the running backs in this league are a third-round pick, Steve.
What'd you say?
Half the starting running backs in this league are roughly a third-round pick.
They are not. A third-round pick back in the day, you can get cut. A third-round pick today, you ain't getting cut.
No. It's a great point.
So I don't see what was happened is they did with Amari Cooper, put all of that on him, and it didn't produce. And then with Keon Coleman, he is an athlete. He is an undeveloped athlete that really has been put in a position that is unfair to him because what he brings to the table as a collegiate athlete was good, but people automatically believe and assume that what they did on Sundays is automatically going to translate to him doing the exact same thing in the pros. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't happen that way. It takes time. But what also it takes time is for y'all to realize, maybe or just maybe he ain't the one. And it's tough. He doesn't run a lot of routes. Oh yes, I have forgotten because I do read the comments. Well, he was on pace and actually doing it is something that does not exist. On pace is cute. On pace is nice.
Yeah.
But you don't get credit for being on pace for something and never accomplishing that here of 1,000 yards. Listen, with Rose Sparks, you ain't never got to get ready because they allow you to stay ready. As you become older, hey, I'm older too. And I'm also single now. So being older and being single, there's a little bit of getting back on the scene and afraid that you won't be able to perform to your excellence. So I got an opportunity to make sure that I stay ready. Got to roll with me anytime the way it comes in. Roll does an excellent job of connecting you with a medical provider, and it comes straight to your door. No having to wait in line or to drive anywhere. You just sit at home, prepare, get ready, and then you can stay ready because Roll will be delivering straight to your door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off their first order of Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with a provider at ro.co/89 to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/89 for $15 off the first order. Sparks is a compounded drug product. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For safety information, go to ro.co/safety info.
This is an interesting thing from an opposing scout that's looked at this offense, and I wanted to get your kind of take on it. That they feel like the passing game needs to be more expansive. I want to know what Keon's role in this is. It's very rhythmic. It's quick. You get the football out quickly to a lot of these guys that are in the middle of the field, whether it's the tight ends or whether it's Shakir. They do not have anybody that can stretch a defense downfield. They don't have the deep speeds that you need. And the threat to that, you'll actually complete the pass to put it out there for a defense to be concerned about. Here's a guy that
everywhere he's been, he just comes up with plays. Last year, the guy that stepped up and gave them a spark at times, he's now doing it in New England, Matt Collins.
Mm-hmm. He was a spark for them last year.
He's really doing some things that no one really expected that to happen, but he's doing it and doing it well.
Yeah. So what I was saying is quick, rhythm passing. This is a run-first team. It is a running team. They have a really good run
when
game.
They believe in running the ball first.
100%. But I think that you have to make a team play you realistically as a defense and honestly as a defense, which is wild when you have this howitzer of an arm on your quarterback and they don't really need to be concerned about much on the outside. But what was the counter argument, which I was fascinated by, and you know this and you know offenses so well. If you don't have great receivers, we know guys in this league that can scheme receivers open. We see Sean Payton be brilliant with it during all of his time with Drew Brees. Not to say those receivers are bad. They weren't like elite receivers. Marcus Colston, all those guys, they were good receivers. But can you scheme guys open? Is there a part of this offense that could help this passing game and help Keon Coleman out?
You can scheme players open. Offense coordinators and teams do it all the time. College levels do it all the time. Mm-hmm. What people sometimes really don't want to admit, you can scheme a guy open all day. Mm-hmm. But if it's really not in him, the scheme can only do so much over time. Like right now, as you start to play better competition, you also need some talent to be able to go with the scheme. And
I get what you're saying.
I just don't think Keon Coleman is in the right position. He can't play X. I keep saying it. He cannot play X. That is not a good position for him. You have to get him on the move. You have to create him free access. Watching his plays, man, sometimes he looks like he's loafing. He looks like he's jogging. Let me show you a play. Bring that play up, John, just to show you something that I'm just referring to just doesn't, man, he doesn't do it, right? He sees up here at the top. Look how he catches the football on that slant. That he snagged that ball with his body. Look. He has zero confidence in his game right now. I don't care what lie he's telling me. He could tell you that what I wrote in my notes, caught with so unsure hands. That tells me everything.
And everything is what? He's not comfortable? He's fighting it? He's what?
So first of all, go back. He's looking at the quarterback. He's looking at the ball like every receiver. You can see the tight end Knox is down at the bottom. When you're at the line of scrimmage, you have to look at the football because you can't hear the snap count, especially depending on when you're not home. He runs the route. He never looks at the corner. Never. because he doesn't believe in what he's doing. And that's a lack of in him. Then when he catches it with his body, first thing he does is, what does he do? He corrals. Why? Because he never looked at the corner and he has no idea where the defender is on the field. Now, what he should have done, which we've seen him in college do, is catch that thing with his hands and he tries to get somewhere and get active. That's what we saw him do at Michigan State, and that's what we saw him do at
Florida State.
Now what we seeing him do with the Buffalo Bills, he ain't the guy. Can't get separation, can't get off the jam, doesn't have it. Okay. You reached and got burned.
Now you know Brandon. You know Brandon Bean, third gym.
Beaner's probably going to text me after he sees this. He's going to text me, and he's going to say, come on, Steve. Because he views the interview. Well, it took Steve, 3 years to develop. You're absolutely right. I didn't play wide receiver. Y'all didn't give me one shot at receiver my rookie year. I balled, I started to show promise my second year, third year. But also, too, the difference is you can't teach a dog how to bark. You either got it or you don't. And the problem, can he be a dog? I don't know. I don't know him. I'm just watching film. But I also don't have to watch film. I don't have to speak to you to know if you can play football because there's enough technology and another play. You've had 345 plays thus far. 210 of them have been receiving snaps, meaning you are a viable option. And they have selected to not throw you the ball a lot of the times. Man, his first catch was in the third quarter when the team was up by 23 points because the first pass that Josh threw him ran a lazy route with a lazy effort, and the defender came underneath and batted the ball down. So he caught his first pass in the third quarter with the Bills up by 23 points. Second attempt of the game by Mitch Trubisky.
Steve, before we finish this, I mentioned Brandon. They made a move last year. They're looking to see if they can make a move this year. How big of an issue is this in terms of not being able to affect defenses on the boundary? Does this specifically hold you back from a Super Bowl run? Is that glaring offensively? Not every week you're going to get 200-plus yards from your running back.
Yep. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm here in North Carolina. This is NASCAR country, baby. Gang, 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 gang. We going. And you're going to put a Volkswagen Beetle on the car track with these engines. It's paramount. You're going to have to make a run for someone because look how the Buffalo Bills are so desperate. They're expecting plays made from Curtis Samuel to impact. Curtis Samuel's getting more healthy, but Curtis Samuel is a 3, possibly 4. He was a playmaker type, like a Percy Harvest in college. Right? Gadget, turned him into a wide receiver. They told me, from what I've gathered in information when he was in Carolina, they said, bro, you should have saw him when he first got here. That tells me a lot. I love when I talk to a wide receivers coach and say, hey, coach, looking at film on Ricky, looking at film on James Palmer.
You always use Ricky.
Like, you looking at film of James Palmer, and I say, man, his catch. Oh, yeah. I said, how does he catch the ball? With his hands? Oh, he's getting better. When I hear he's getting better, that is coach's talk.
Yeah.
That's coach's talk where, yeah, he ain't very good, but we're working on it, and hopefully we will start to see some improvements very soon.
Yeah, he's working.
He's working. He's trying. He's Little Jimmy's doing okay.
Yeah. Man. Well, we'll see what Josh can do because we're not seeing a full Josh Allen right now.
Can't
with
until you
what they
get
have
until
out
you
there.
get a room full of real wide receivers. You got 3 and 4s outside of Shakir and the tight ends. All they make all their money in between the has Shakir
They do.
and Dalton Kincaid,
James Cook,
and Dawson Knox. Everybody else outside, man, missing in action. Look, if you take Dalton Kincaid or Knox or Shakir, none of those wide receivers have the taking mentality where I have a particular skill set that I will get my teammate back. Good is gone, right? And you got to call Liam Nielsen. You got to call him to get him because the guys you got on your team unqualified.
You do not have a particular set of skills. Got it.
Not,
That's the thing. And the defensive coordinator, Steve, in the postseason are too good. If you're too one-dimensional, it's just not going to work.